Advisory is just like a family. I have about 16 kids who are almost my own children. Some of them call me mom, which is kind of weird. It's about creating relationships. A student is willing to work for you if they like you. And if they know somebody's going to hunt them down if they're absent from school, or if a teacher calls and says they're missing work, I'm going to find my kid and tell them, hey, you're missing work, you need to get this together. I tell my kids all the time, I love you, but I don't like you sometimes. They understand that my love is unconditional, but I'm going to get angry. I'm not going to like the choices they make sometimes, but I'm going to be there to support them all the time.
Advisory works because students feel safe there. It also works because it's not a graded place for students. It's a place for students to feel comfortable. It's a place for students to have an advocate, which is their advisor. And when they have somebody who cares about them and they have a group of people that make them feel like their family, then it works.
Obviously at DECA I have a lot of advantage. I don't have a union that controls the time I can give. Being an advisor is part of my job description. I'm forced to do it. But in a traditional classroom you can still create the rapport with the students. If you are not in teaching to be passionate about kids, to help them learn no matter what, then you shouldn't be in teaching. You can still create relationships in a normal classroom. It's, as the kids say, it's all about being real. You don't want to be a fake person up there. Yeah, you got to put on a song and dance sometimes to get their attention, but the corny jokes I tell in class and the silliness, that's still me. That's who I am. I'm a big math nerd, and the kids really appreciate it. And then trying to, every chance you get, ask them how their weekend was, ask what they're doing outside of class. If they're on the basketball team, ask them how the game went. The goal is to create those relationships.
Ultimately, being an advisor and ultimately having this relationship with kids all comes down to truly caring about kids. And if we can find a way for participants of this program, people who are attending the Institute, to take away a feeling of, I want to get closer to my kids, I want to know more about my kids, and I want to spend more time with my kids in a maybe academic setting, maybe not academic setting, then all of the things that happen here at DECA will start to trickle down. It all comes down to loving the kids, and if you came into this profession, hopefully that's what you intended to do. So if we can kind of renew that sense of being here for students and serving them in a way that we know them better, and so then we can better serve them, then I think that's what we need to take home. If people can see that it's important to get to know your kids outside of the classroom, and it's important to know them and their families, then all of the things that happen at DECA in terms of advisories will happen other places.
This year I have my first 2 advisees graduating from college who went through advisory with me. I've already received a graduation invitation from one of them, and I talk to her on Facebook all the time. And she constantly talks about DECA and how it really helped her. As an advisor, this student, she was very weak in math and science. In a traditional school, she probably would have gotten C's, D's, F's in those classes and barely gotten through. But as an advisor, I was able to help her. She talked with a researcher from a college last week, and then I spoke with the researcher. And the researcher told me that, out of all the students she talks to, all they talk about is the advisors. It's not the curriculum that DECA has. It's not that we're on a college campus. It's none of those things. The main thing, the main reason why they wanted to graduate high school and why they want to go on to college is because of their advisor. They always tell me, I have kids who call me or email me and tell me the awesome things they're doing at college. And it's obvious that they still want to please me.